Welcome to Brighter Shores Central. We've got a new microphone, so hopefully the audio is even better. In this video, we're going to be talking about whether Brighter Shores will be pay to win. And if not, what kind of model, kind of financial and business model is it going to have to maintain the game in the longer term? I'm going to first go through what we know from the Steam page, but then I'm also going to go through some recent developments and articles and my opinions on those in terms of Brighter Shores and the model for subscriptions and potential premium passes. Okay, so we know, as seen by this image that's coming up on screen, that there will be a premium pass, but there will be hours of content you can play for free. However, if you want more stories, professions, and places to explore, you can buy a premium pass. A premium pass gives you many benefits, including access to all released episodes. So there is going to be multiple episodes as part of the game. So to get access to recent episodes for the content and the opening of the map, essentially, then you would have to buy the premium pass. So essentially you get a base game for completely free that you can play. So for example, you'll be able to play Hope Port and Hope Forest for completely free without spending any money. But then you can actually pay for a premium pass and get access to the mine of Mantuban and Chronopolis. Now, Hope Port and Hope Forest, it sounds like you're going to have a starter town where you can do some starter skills progression and actually to level up your skills and do some professions. And then Hope Forest is going to be the equivalent of where you're able to train some of the skills such as woodcutting as well. And then after that, you're going to have to pay for a premium pass. Now, Mine of Mantuban, it sounds like that these are going to have higher level ores that you can extract. And we saw a clip on the trailer whereby there is this kind of drilling machine where you can kind of drill your way through a mine, and then that leads to other areas. Hopefully that's a dynamic aspect of a particular skill that you can use these machines to drill through the mine itself and get to rarer resources, and that's part of Mine of Mantuban. We've also got Chronopolis, which is, I assume it is another city that you can visit, so a city that's behind the premium pass, and you can access more content. You also get unique character name, so for all those that want to reserve a specific character name for this game, whether that's similar to another game that you've had your character name as or just something completely different, well, with a premium pass you would get the opportunity to select that unique character name. There's also going to be exclusive armor dyes. Now, I have a bit of an issue with this, which I'll come back to in a moment. You can also change your name. I think that's brilliant. It adds variety. If you don't want the name that you've got now, you can change it to a different username. And then also the player-to-player trading, which I agree with, is actually locked behind the premium pass. I think that the reason that they're doing that in particular is to combat bots. So anybody who wants to come into the game as a free-to-play, just basically farm gold, then sell the gold off, and these kind of disposable accounts, there's just going to be so many of them if it's free to trade. Now, hopefully, with player-to-player trading, that's going to limit the amount of bots in the game, okay? So that's another good point there. And ultimately, if they are going to attempt to bot, at least you have to buy a premium pass to do so, and then the company's making a little bit of money back off those individuals that are breaking the rules, and hopefully they get banned quickly as well. But these are the areas of the premium pass. Now, going back to the armor dyes, I don't want this to devalue any of the important content in the game. Maybe there's some rare items that you can get or different items that you can make. I don't want too many graphical elements where you can choose, for example, armor dyes, or too many graphical elements where you can buy a premium pass and get access to the changing of cosmetics, shall we say. I know that these, of course, when I say these are not pay to win, these are just pay to, I suppose, make your character look the way you want it to look. But and that is there's no winnable, there's no advantage over that, there's no skill that you're going to have over somebody else by doing that. It's more of like a fashion element to the game. I worry about this because you want those players that actually go out and try to get certain items feel like they've got something really important. And so I would hope that they keep this kind of armor dies or things of this nature to a minimum, in my opinion. Let me know if you agree on that. Now what I'm going to do is go over to the article and the recent breaking news that has been coming out. Before we go through the article, can I remind you to like the video to get it up into the algorithm? It's much appreciated. Let's get right into it. So ahead of his new MMO, RuneScape creator says games have gotten too microtransaction heavy. Our number one aim is not monetization, it's players. And it's important to note that Andrew Gower is, of course, net worth in the millions. So he's always got that money, he's got that financial backing to put into the game. But ultimately, you do want the game to partially fund itself so that they can expand the team and make more updates as well. But let's get into it. So RuneScape's original creator is sailing to new horizons with his new upcoming MMO, Brighter Shores, which is opposed to the onslaught of microtransactions seen in modern games, particularly free-to-play and MMOs. So, of course, for example, you've got a lot of these mobile games out there which will come up with flashing images of trying to get you to buy certain items in the game. And that happens far too often on different types of games. And is what he's saying is there's not going to be that element in this game. So he's also said there is just way too many microtransactions for my personal liking. Director Andrew Gower said in an interview with Games Radar, I like to buy a game or subscribe to a game or whatever and then have everything. I don't want to be asked every 5 seconds or tempted every 5 seconds to fork over some more money. I just feel it detracts from the game. And I think that that is a very good point. The idea that we play video games is because we want to be immersed in a particular world. Now, if that then pops up with all these different saying, you can buy this, you can buy that, it breaks the immersion of the game that we're actually trying to play. It ruins it to have so many pop-ups, not just because of the fact that it's kind of trying to appeal to people on gotcha style and trying to get you to spend more and more money, and it's kind of just trying to extract more and more money. It's not like a genuine game where they want you to enjoy the game, they just want more and more money. Whereas Andrew Gower seems to try to be creating a game and saying, look, we are not having these microtransactions, we want you to enjoy the game and hopefully enjoy it in the longer term. And what they've also said is, of course, Brighter Shores will offer in-game purchases because the studio wants to make enough money to keep operating the game, grow the team, and expand the game. But Gower isn't focused on squeezing every possible cent out of each player. It quotes, our number one aim is not monetization, it's players. We want as many people to enjoy the game as possible, and then obviously monetization will flow from that. Brighter Shores will instead have a premium pass that offers new quests and features that I just showed earlier in that particular image. And Gower explains that it's loosely similar to RuneScape's membership. One of the key differences, we're probably not going to do auto-reoccurring payments. So that's interesting. So that you're not going to be forced to do a membership and then be forced to pay that on a monthly basis. You can basically hop in and out the game as and when you wish. So say, for example, you want to play the game for 3 months, you may get 3 months worth of premium pass, then you might dip out the game for 6 months and come back later, and you don't have to worry that there's a monthly amount going out of your account every month. So that's interesting way of doing it, and it's also a way that's probably going to garner good faith with the fans, because what Andrew Gower is saying there is, look, if you are not using our game, if you are not using our service in terms of the premium pass and the access to the different types of content that brings, the extra content, if you're not going to use that, hey, you don't have to pay for it. And I think that's brilliant. So it says here, everyone's got their millions of different streaming service subscriptions, the Netflix, Amazon, and people are just getting a certain degree of subscription fatigue. So we've decided to just make it a non-reoccurring payment. You can just buy a pass, get the premium. It's not like a commitment that you're then going to have to pay forever. So I think that that's a good way to do it because it gives players the flexibility. And a lot of the time, what a player might have in their mind is, oh, I don't want to sign up for this monthly subscription because then I'll just forget to cancel it for 6 months and then continue paying. I often do that with RuneScape. You know, if I don't play RuneScape for 3 months, I'm still paying it for 3 months, but I haven't logged on and I've just got it reoccurring for this months on end. And what Andrew Gower is saying is, look, let's scrap that. Let's make sure that you only pay for what you use, essentially. So if you are planning to play the game for a month or two, you can buy the premium pass. My only suggestion with this is that I hope that they have multiple levels to the premium pass where you can buy like 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months of the premium pass. And I would say if it's possible to buy like a nothing that gives you any kind of advantage in the game, but just a founder title, and you can purchase 12 months of the premium pass. I think that that could be useful for the game and those people that want to support the game right off the bat and help them grow. So I think they should have like a 12-month premium pass, which gives you the founder title at the start of the game, but it gives no other perks. It just gives you a founder title or like some kind of supporter badge or whatever. And I think that that'd be cool. The other point is that I understand what they're doing here. It's kind of garnering good faith with gamers in the sense that you're not paying for what you don't use. But the point is, a lot of these subscription models where it's monthly reoccurring from a business perspective, and my PhD's in business management, there is a lot of money to be made just from reoccurring subscriptions. So they are potentially sacrificing a lot of money from not having the reoccurring to try and garner good faith from the players. So I can understand that because that's kind of good for the gamers, but from a business perspective, they do still need that money so that they can hire developers, get going with marketing, because they not marketing the game lots. I noticed that there's a lot of public relations and articles about the game, which is really good to see. So they're on marketing in that sense. There's the play trailer, but they need to do more on social media. They need like a Brighter Shores, Twitter page. They need to make sure that they're doing like advertisements and AdSense in terms of like actually marketing on social media and seeing where they can get the best click-through rates for the marketing that they do. Anyways, I won't go too much into that because that might bore you. But these are the sort of things that a game needs to pay for: its development and its marketing. So the more money that it can gain in a non-pay-to-win way, the better, I think. So I'm glad that the game isn't pay-to-win, and all you get basically as part of the premium pass is a couple of these unique features and basically access to more of the game. And they're just saying to you, look, we're not going to do reoccurring memberships. You just pay for what you want to play, essentially, which I think is really good of them to do that, because that just shows that they don't want you to waste your money. They don't want you to spend money on something that you may not play in certain months, but may play in others, and you can just come back and buy the premium pass for whenever you need it, essentially, when you want to explore more of the content. So that's very interesting. I'm looking forward to the game. If you want to stay up to date with any Brighter Shores news about this new upcoming MMORPG, subscribe and also like the video for more videos in the future as well. And hopefully you enjoy the new audio. Hopefully it's better. And I will see you in my next video.